Ladies and gentlemen, I will do a full educational Gwen game on how to 1v9. And even though I'm playing Gwen, I'll just explain to you guys the most important fundamentals, okay? I'll tell you guys 2 tips, just 2 tips, that can help you climb so insanely much, okay? I'm telling you, any champ in jungle you'll be playing, you'll go omega stonks. So, as for this game, what's my pathing gonna be? Let's take a look here, okay? I mean, I have Fiora against Soraka, right? So, I don't think top lane is gonna be too fancy. So, I'll be looking to just path into bot side, hoping to kill bot lane. You might be wondering, Kirei, what are the 2 fundamentals you'll be focusing on? Essentially, it's gonna be like recognizing how to get juicy kills and getting good base timers, okay? I'm not even gonna focus on jungle tracking. I'll just teach you how to get kills consistently and how to, you know, get LP of that. Because I think the common mistake of junglers is that people might be getting better at jungle tracking, but in the end, if your base timers and your recognition on which kills are bad and good to take are bad, you won't climb. So I'll teach you everything I know on those 2 things only, okay? So let's take a look at lanes, okay? You see the bot lane? Right now, if you see my bot lane this HP, this already tells me that my bot lane is gonna get pushed in and they can't play the game. So if I go for the bot crab, I cannot go for it if Nasus is matching my pathing. Let's look at mid lane, AFK. Top lane, pushing. So here, I'm paying as well attention to if their bot lane is putting down a ward. Because let's say that their bot lane is greedy and not putting down a ward, I might look for a gank. After my full clear. Remember, Gwen is a champion where you just want a full clear. Nothing is more important than respawning your camps. So here, for example, okay? I could be mistaken, but I think I didn't see the bot lane put down a ward. So what I can do now is skip my blue buff and look for... Okay, now I see Milio missing. Milio is now putting down a ward. You see? So now instead of ganking, I go back to farming. If he was not going to put down a ward there, I was going to kill him. And all my camps would have been respawning. But of course... Okay, even the bot is fighting, you see? I'm still full clearing. I will hover bot side here in case Nasus is going to go there, but... Okay, not bad. I'll put a ward there for my bot lane. And get the Krabby Patty. And drag the crab towards the bot side. Because my bot lane has priority, right? Actually, okay, I'm not gonna jungle track this game. I was gonna farm up. So here I'm basing because if Sion has flash, I should never be able to kill him. And why is that? Because if, you know, Zed doesn't have crowd control, I don't have crowd control. So it becomes very difficult for me to kill him. But... You see top lane? This wave right there, if Fiora can trim the wave, which also means that make the wave smaller, I can kill him. Because Soraka has to crash this wave. I think I might ghost from here early onwards. Okay, he got him. Ugh. Okay, but you saw the angle, right? Simply because Soraka wave here was bad, he had to push out the wave. Me knowing that he has to push out the wave, I want to look for a gank there. So in the end, it's about understanding wave states, crowd control, and there's one more, vision. So waves, CC, vision. Those 3 things. If you understand those 3 things, it's much easier to look to get kills. When I say a lot easier, like a lot easier, okay? But yeah, now as I'm clearing towards the bot side, look, I have nothing to do now, okay? I'm looking bot lane, what am I seeing? This is a slow push towards the enemy bot lane. Which also means that if Nasus is going towards the top side, okay? Which I think he might be. I could look to dive the bot lane. Because you see the bot lane HP is quite low, right? So because it was quite low, I can look for a play. And why can I dive bot lane? Is because my bot lane can stack the wave. And we can dive them. At least I think Nasus is going top side. So I won't actually dive them. We see how the last hit thing. I'm just gonna follow the last hits a bit. But like I said, if Nasus is in the top side, which I think he is, right? They're dead. And it doesn't hurt to like see... Okay, you see what I'm doing here as well? I acted as if I backed off there. But I'm not. And if you can, always try to focus the enemy to carry. There's no ward here. And now I'm gonna go into these guys. Okay. Now we killed them. But you see how, like, if I know that enemy jungler is probably pathing topside, and I know that their bot lane, or my bot lane, has like a wave stacking, if enemy jungler isn't there, I can dive them. But if you want to dive them, you want to make sure that your support is tanking. So in the end, it comes down to me recognizing wave states and thinking, okay, can I do something with that? If yes, kill them. So Nasus should be topside, somewhere. Nice, that's actually fine, his flash. He's gonna survive there. Nice. Okay, so where do I see the next kill opportunities? My bot lane right now is winning. Enemy Nasus should be pathing towards the top side, okay? Because this guy's pathing towards the top side. Let me see top lane real quick. Okay, here, okay, do you see how top lane is this low? You can make this an if and else condition. If Soraka is gonna play aggressive. Okay, he's definitely playing aggressive, but... Okay, you see this wave? I gotta run away from this guy. Oh wait, am I dead? That was the most unskilled way to die about it. I was just like, wait, hold up, am I dead? I'm dead. Better do it like that. Well, no flash on a doggo at least. But anyways, I'm gonna go into bot side because obvious reasons my bot lane is winning, okay? I'm gonna look to take all my bot side camps and identify which objective I'm gonna play for. I mean, this is honestly part of like snowballing. Or the getting kills, right? It's like getting objectives. Just getting lead in any form or way, okay? So, look. Before I go for the Drake, what am I looking at? I'm looking at lane priority and can we win or not. So my bot lane is winning and my mid lane just came freshly from base. Usually, not always, if your laners come freshly from base, they should be stronger than your opponent. So right now, I consider my top lane a bit boosted, but... Do you see here? I want to play for this objective. But before I play for the objective, look what I'm doing. I'm hovering bot lane. Why is that? Because I want to secure lane priority. By me doing this, okay? Enemy bot lane is sweating. And when I say sweating... Oh, they're all living. I'll hover. That flash. But okay, here I just want to do the Drake. And if you're wondering why do I just want to do the Drake here? Because, well... After the bot lane push, stacking Drakes is really good. Especially with Gwen. If you have a scaling draft, securing a Drake is super nice. That's why I just want to take the Drake. Especially with Gwen, by the way. But any other champ that scales decently your team comp, join the Drake. Of course, after you take a Drake, okay, this is about base timers. Do you see how I have my item power spike? Every single time you have your item power spike, your first thought process should be, I want to base. I don't want to fight. So right now, you can see that my top lane is proxying. But if possible here, I would love to play for the grubbies. That's why I'm basing here. So there's two reasons I want to base. Well, one, I got my item power spike. Two, because I want to play for grubbies. But because I took the Drake, I am a little bit down tempo. Which also means that Nasus can look for a top lane or mid lane play and I cannot match him. And if I want to play for his objective, look what I do, okay? You see how I'm pinging him in his face? If I want to take this objective, I want my laners to be moving first. Oh, he already took it. But okay, you already see, right? I already explained before, Nasus has tempo. But he did rush it, so I couldn't take it. In this case, I was hoping he wasn't going to instantly do it, but he did. And he got it. So Nasus, instead of going for a gank, he went for the grubbies. What I did there was actually not good, by the way, because this is called revenge chasing. Which is that I go for an objective when there's a high chance it could be gone. So So I mistimed the tempo a little bit, so I couldn't take the objective. But the takeaway there from that objective is that ping your laners and then go for the objective. And of course, because I want my item power spike, I have to low-key give that. Like, League in the end is a turn-based game, and you have to be able to recognize when it's your turn and when it's his turn. And by me moving towards the grubbies and not getting anything, essentially I'm wasting my turn, because usually in that moment I should be much faster in the bot side, and I could be maybe invading his raptors instead, or looking for a bot lane gank. So that's why understanding tempo is pretty important. So you basically have better tempo on the map, which allows you to make more plays, and enemy jungler cannot match you. And here, of course, you can see the bot lane is getting cooked. I'm gonna hover bot. If they continue chasing, I'm gonna ghost. I think I'm ghost. I'll just chunk him here a bit, but besides that, I don't have too much to do on the map. So I'll just base here. Like, whatever my laner's doing here, they should just probably back off. I'd highly recommend them to back off there, but... So, at the moment, I would love to go for the top crab. But you can see, if I want to go for top crab, before I enter river, okay, I'm technically fighting. So, before I'm technically fighting, I'm already pinging, yo bros. Okay, my Fiora is probably gonna get ganked, if you see the way he's playing. But, like I said, I'm not gonna focus too much on jungle tracking. In this case, I do think I can help him. Bro, doggo. Fucking doggo, bro. Anyway, this is another part about base timers, okay? Do you see right now how I'm taking enemy gromp here? Me running from... Okay, even if it's full HP, okay? Me running from enemy gromp all the way towards my golems would take quite a while. So instead of me doing that, it's so much better to just base, then go towards your camps. Because me walking from here to here takes like, what, 40-15 seconds? If you see an objective up, and if your camps are far away, and if you have gold to spend, never run from here all the way from here. Just base, spend your gold, and then clear top the bot. This is how to base properly, by the way. This is something I explained in the early game course as well. I'm telling you, knowing how to gank and seeing opportunities and having good base timers, no matter what rank you are, those are the two things that are very crucial for you to just, you know, be at the right place at the right time and get kills. And then if you get good at, as well, jungle tracking and understanding tempo, and if you're not boosted mechanically, you should climb. So right now, Nas is probably going to go bot lane here, right? And I'm taking all my camps first. So right now, as I'm farming here, okay? Any laner is playing aggressive, like Fiora, I should be pinging them off. I'm not going to do it this game, but generally speaking, that's what you should be doing. And you see this mid lane wave? That mid lane wave is the wave I would like to secure first before I go for the objective, ideally, okay? But my Jinx already hitting the Drake, so I'll just do it right now, which is fine. They cannot contest us. But after you get the Drake, we want to play for the Herald. And the correct lane assignment is that my Jinx should go mid lane and Fiora bot lane. Generally speaking, if you have just a bot lane, right? They should go towards the mid lane. And why is that? Because your support has wards. So you can just drop full wards in the area, anywhere. And then having vision our mid lane is just overpowered, basically. This doggo is going very deep, as you can see. Bro, doggo is on the chain. Doggo tilted. Good job, dog. Oh, this is another rule, okay? If you have the choice between enemy camps or the Rift Herald, you should almost always take the enemy camps first. Especially if you can take the Rift Herald anytime and you don't lose it. Let's say if this was a situation where I could lose the Rift Herald, I would not do this. But because I cannot lose it, I'm invading his camps instead here. And regarding base timers as well, right? Do you see how much gold I have? Let's say that like right now you could do the Rift Herald, okay? But you have a lot of gold. And see my laners basing here as well? Base with them. Don't do the Rift Herald right now. Base instead, spend your gold. Because then after you take Rift Herald, you can stay on the map and continue pressure. And if Nasus for some reason here, okay, decides to cross map and let's say invade my bottom camps, now I can match his play, defend it, and then go for the Rift Herald. So I can see a world where Nasus would potentially go to my bottom camps, but he's probably gonna go bot lane because my Fiora's there. But you see there, like, even though the objective is up, by me basing, I have the opportunity to like defend the bot lane play. Or just simply match them here, right? You see here, like now, because I based here, I can match the play here. And I think this could be a good play. And now he's dead. And now I continue my full clear. If I were to be on the Herald, I would not be in this position to do so. And another thing here, right? Now, because I killed the bot lane, guess what? I still want to play for the Rift Herald. And do you see how his objectives are spawning in 1 minute? If his objectives are spawning in 1 minute, you can look for a base, get your second item power spike. And now, I could take my topside camps back into his topside. So look what that ends up happening now, right? I can do my raptors, grab, invade him again. What does this do? If my mid or top plays aggressive, instead of me being at my golems or something, I'm instead very deep, which counters Nasus' ganks. Because let's say Nasus tries to gank my mid lane here, okay? For some reason. I'm now here taking crap and invading him. I'm technically blocking him from ganking my bot lane from the top side. If he were try to kill my laners, okay? And now, of course, I can take the objective. So you might be wondering here, Kirei, why are you not taking his camps? Because in this case, yes, I could take his camps. But if your laners use their push just now to help me, you have limited time. In my opinion, unless you make kills, there's no need to invade unless you know, have infinite time. Okay, let me hover mid lane. So now, for example, I'm gonna back off. Because, like, the thing is that I would recommend you to take an objective like that if it's super free and your laners are leashing you. And by now, like, the next objective is already spawning in 1 minute. So it's not like you should always take it. The previous example, the enemy laners died and I could base. But in this situation, I could actually just, like, take the Rift Herald and invade after. But because my laners got low, I can't invade anymore. But now I'm just playing for the Drake. And regarding Rift Herald, when should I pop it? I mean, if none of my laners need to base, which I think they don't, I can just pop Rift Herald right now in the mid lane. And not take this tower, but the next tower as well. Look, there's 2 top, and there's someone bot. So I can just drift this towards the mid lane. And take as much gold as possible. And here, my teammates are pinging to go bot lane, but I think it's bad. I think it's risky as fuck. It's much better to just secure the Drake and play for next objective. Like, the thing in this game is that I'm explaining how to get kills, but as well how to get objectives. Because in the end, I'm just teaching you how to snowball, right? It's kills and objectives in the end. Look, after I take this objective, do I need to base, yes or no? You might be wondering, Kirei, maybe you do. But this depends on my jinx. Do you see right now how, like, I have 1.6k gold? Would I base when I'm ahead and my jinx doesn't need to base? No, I wouldn't. Because right now my jinx is 2 item power spikes. I refuse to believe he will lose. If he decides to base right now for some reason, okay, I'll match my base timer with him. But let's say he decides to stay on the map, I'll stay on the map as well. If we win. If I need to base to win, it's a different story, okay? Oh fuck, I thought E. This guy's pretty dead on my screen. And now I got a triple kill. But do you see here? Here I didn't decide to base because my Jinx decided to stay on the map. If I decided to base here, maybe I wouldn't be here. But do you see what I mean? If you're strong enough to fight anyway, why would you base? We should take this objective maybe. You can literally stay around, and then if your laners need to base together with them. So if you want, that's why base timers is so important, and knowing what you want to play for. Because if you don't know what to play for, you don't really know when to base. Which is why you should always think about the next objective, and think about your laners' base timers. Because if you sync them properly, you have the most impact in the game. And now, of course, I'm gonna look to take this base. Now we're all basing together. Any laner that is overextending or potentially overextending, I would ping them back off. And now it's the same thing. I'm trying to match my base timer with my Jinx. And instead of base timer now, it's about syncing the waves. Do you see this mid lane wave? This mid lane wave is the wave I want to use to pressure. But, of course, I think blue buff is super nice. So I'll take blue buff. But now do you see how my Jinx block? You see this crap? I'm not even going for crap. Why is that? You see my Jinx? I'm in the same line as him. So if he fights now, I'm here. If I go for crap, I'm not here. So now you see I'm in the same line. I'm allowing him to push this wave. Without me being here, he would not be able to do so. He might get caught, you know. In this case, in this game, he's not getting caught. But you see what I mean, right? And now I'm just buffing mid lane. And I'm just basically babysitting to make sure... I don't need you here. To make sure my lanes are Gucci. I was pushing it. And my Jinx pushing bot lane. But you see, basically, like, I'm really, like, anal on, like, following my laners. On waves. Because if you are not on the same line as them, they will die. Whether you like it or not. That's why base timers and knowing which wave to play on is very essential. Here, for example, okay, why do I not want to fight here? If I do some simple maths, enemy team is 4, I'm 3, and my Jinx is dead. Give me one good reason to fight here. There's none. There's no good reason. That's why I don't fight there. You see enemy laners? I don't know, the enemy laners are on the chase. While they're on the chase, I'm just ending the game. And don't get too greedy. If you cannot end the game, that is fine. Be happy with small victories. By me simply staying alive, right, I have the opportunity to, like, take the enemy camps, play for next Drake, have insane temp on the map. If I were to die there, what's the problem? I am not on the same line as my laners and it would be very awkward. But now, because I didn't die... Okay, here, I don't want to fight, okay? Keep in mind, I do not want to fight. I'm just hoping I can scare them away. With my presence. But I cannot, so goodbye. And I'm out. I think I'm gonna avoid Steph. Because their doggos are buying quite the tanky items. And now, do you see how Drake spawned in 30 seconds? I mean, my laners died here like piggies. But you really want to, like... play with your laners if possible. So do you see how far my laners are? If you have the choice between your camps or enemy camps, you should go for enemy camps. Because that allows you, once again, if your laners are trolling, you can help them. In this case, of course, it is the 4 Drake, so I would love to take the Drake. Oh, you see here, my laners are trapping the Nasus. But, like I said, I don't want to fight that. We just take the Drake here. Yeah. And now, after it takes objective, of course, what's next on the menu? It's playing for top inhibitor. But you might be wondering, Kirei, when are you allowed to farm your own camps? When my laners are in base. But if I have the choice between enemy camps or anything like that, honestly, maybe I should play for top lane here. Okay, Fiora can go top lane, we can go mid lane. But one thing I really want to highlight here, okay, is that the moment Zed or Fiora shows, they will sign ultimate mid lane. Think from their perspective. The moment they see my solo laners, and they see me, if they're not 1 IQ, which they're not, this is like Grandmaster Eater, right? there's probably some challengers as well. They will fight. So the moment we show on side lane, they will fight. I want to snip this guy. And this guy cannot defend against me. I mean, I should be fine here, I think. Never mind. Okay, maybe I got a little bit too cocky. So my teammates are ending the game. So GG. But as you can see, just understanding base timers and seeing opportunities based off waves, etc. That's how you can get the bread. And I'm telling you, matching your teammates if possible, that is so important. And if you don't do that, no bueno, man. It says promote to diamond, but the MR is a bit higher than that, you know? And that's how you basically want to have good base timers and recognize when you should play aggressive and not, and how to see opportunities, basically, you know?